So it's been a good few years since I've done a setup tour, and in that time a lot has changed about my setup. So today I'm going to give you guys an updated 2024 setup tour. So to start off this tour, we're actually going to look at the PC. So I got this thing about 6 years ago, and pretty much everything inside of it has been upgraded. The only thing that I haven't upgraded is the case and the power supply. So this thing has a Ryzen 7 7700 CPU. It has a RX 6600 GPU, and I have 32 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM. All the parts in this PC will be listed in the description, so if you want to learn more about it, then you can check that out. On top of the PC, I also have a 4TB backup drive that I don't really think I'm using. I set it up using like the Windows file manager thing, and I don't think it's working right now, but I haven't really had time to fix it, so yeah. Next up, we have my headphones, which are the Logitech G733s. They're wireless, which is actually really nice, and yeah, they're pretty great headphones. They are made of plastic though, and they don't swivel at all, so they're not the best. Coming up here to the top of the desk, we have my microphone boom arm. So I got this thing a couple years ago after the one that came with my old microphone broke. I mean, it's not the best, it's kind of like creaky. You can kind of hear it's like It doesn't sound the best quality, but it works. Also, after I use it for a while, it kind of gets detached from my desk, which it's kind of starting to do right now. Then over here, we just have like a fake decorative plant. Then moving on over here, we have my audio interface, which is actually recording this audio that you're hearing right now. So yeah, it has a little audio meter, and it's plugged into my like actual microphone. So it's called the Audient ID4, and it is the Mark I. It's a little bit outdated, but it works for just recording audio. Also, I have like this really long XLR cable that I'm using to actually plug in my microphone. I forgot to mention it, but I also have these little cable clips that hold up the XLR cable. And usually it's really annoying, and I just kind of shove that behind this like shelf thing. But for today's video, it actually is coming in really handy because I can kind of walk everywhere and just still hold my microphone and stuff. Over here, we have a like Lego phone holder. It was literally just so I could like FaceTime my friends while having my phone kind of in a little stand. Then over here, we just have another fake plant. I have another fake plant on top of this thing, and this thing is like, I think it's supposed to hold candles or something, but it kind of looks like a shocked face. It was like at Dollar Tree, and I just got it because I thought it looked funny. And then this thing inside of it is like a mini burger gummy thing that I got and just haven't eaten, so I made it look like he's eating it basically. And then over here we have my wireless thing for my mouse. It said to put it like as close as you can to the mouse, which is why it's like literally right here. And then whenever the mouse is running low on battery, I literally just unplug this thing, and then I literally just plug this thing into the mouse itself and then just use it as if it was a wired mouse. I got this thing like a couple weeks ago, and I've literally had to charge it like once, so the battery life on this thing is pretty good, and it'd probably be even better if you didn't use the RGB. Then over here we have my Stream Deck, which I mainly just use for streaming and recording. I basically just have a ton of preset buttons on here, and it's actually really useful. Then over here, I was actually going to try to record this video with this camera, which is the Sony a6000. This is the camera that I use for all my streams. Normally it's over here on a tripod, but yeah, normally the tripod's there with the camera on it, and that's why there's a ring light behind it. And this is supposed to hold a phone, but if you don't use it for that, it's still a pretty good background light. Also, this cable connects to it, and then it connects to this really like cheap $30 capture card that I got like a couple years ago. I didn't really know at the time that it would be like a crappy bad capture card. I mean, I guess it works. It says it can do 4K 60. It can't even do 1080p 60, so I have to set it to 720p so it can actually do 60 FPS. So moving on to the main peripherals, we have like this random mouse pad that I got like 5 years ago. You can kind of tell it's kind of dirty, and it's actually supposed to be RGB. There's like a little plug thing there, but over time the RGB kind of faded, and like now you can barely even see it in a dark room. So I got rid of the RGB, and now it's just kind of a mouse pad. Over here is probably one of the newest additions to my setup, which is the Wilmier SK75 keyboard. This thing is actually really nice for the price, and it sounds like really good. This thing also has RGB, which I literally forgot about until now. Oh, okay, it's function L. So yeah, it has RGB. I don't really use it though, just because I think it looks a little better without it. And this is also a wireless keyboard, so if I unplug this, it should stay on. I've never actually tried it though, so I don't know. Oh. I think it's because you have to like turn on wireless mode under one of the keys. I think it's the caps lock key. Then over here we have my mouse, which is the Logitech G703. So yeah, I kind of already explained like that it's wireless and stuff. So next up we have the monitors, which in my opinion is one of the most interesting parts of a setup. So starting off with the worst monitor, we have this ViewSonic. It's like 1080p 60 hertz and it's like a TN panel, so it's not very good, but it works as a secondary monitor. Then over here we have my main monitor, which is a 27-inch Asus monitor. This one is 1440p 180 hertz and it's IPS and it's pretty good. Then over here we have a 24-inch Asus monitor. Again, these are like pretty much the same. It's just that this one is 1080p and 144 hertz. And for some reason the colors on this thing suck. This thing used to be my main monitor, but I bought this one because the colors on this thing are just terrible. So I'm gonna give you guys an example here by loading up Minecraft. Okay, so I think it's most noticeable with like gold and especially the bamboo block. So this is what gold and bamboo look like on a normal monitor. And this is what they look like on this monitor. It just looks so bad. I don't know why. And if you somehow didn't notice the difference, I think it's pretty clear here. But anyway, there is one more thing to show, which is the fact that I actually have LED lights running across these bookshelves and my desk. If you're wondering how I got these on here, I literally just used like Scotch tape because they've been on other things before and like the sticky part on them has completely worn off. Also, this chair is just like some random IKEA chair and you can kind of tell it's starting to break and rip and stuff. So yeah, that is pretty much my gaming setup tour. So hopefully this gave you guys a better idea of how I make my videos, and yeah, thanks for watching.